Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road. The pregame show is brought to you by La Huerta Imports, family owned and operated since 1995. Visit lahuertaimports.com for more details. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 35 Players to Watch is brought to you by Mike the Financial Advisor. If you have financial questions, he has financial answers. On Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at MikeBFA.
Sept for the Voodoos. He dumps it into the corner. Now along the back end of the boards, that's service. He lost it there, and it comes out. Fullerton chasing the puck down on his right wing side. Now coming all the way around to the near side of the zone, trying to get up to Nate Gravel. It's turned over in the middle. They can't get a shot off. And the Voodoos look to clear. Service again, down the middle on the breakaway. Service, backhand forehand. He can't bury it. Nice save made by Galton there to stop service on the first very good chance of this game. About a minute 50 in. And now, as Espanola maintains control of the puck, we're getting an interference call against Espanola. And Bob Courtney and I have seen a lot in the first two games here at home that the whistles do seem to be a little bit more favorable in the Powassan side of things. Of course, the Voodoos aren't going to complain about that.
Liam Service, what a chance he had to score. Of course, he used to play for Espanola, so he knows the Espanola side of things. That was back 3 years ago, so obviously fully entrenched as a Voodoo and almost opened the scoring.
It's a big power play opportunity here for the Powassan Voodoos. There's a turnover at the side of the net and a chance for the Espanola Paperkings, who are shorthanded. Service. Fired right back in. Big shot from Joshua Romolo. Bringing it out of the zone. Service again with the puck. Pass across the right side. Back in the middle. But the goaltender Galton is there to cover it up.
And Matt, one thing you really notice in this rink, as my first game this year, is if you make a mistake in your own end or in the offensive end, the other team, it doesn't take much for them to get the puck down the ice. So Espanola's made a couple of mistakes, and North Bay or Powassan's taken advantage here and almost opened the scoring.
Yeah, the ice surface is a little smaller than what you and I think are used to watching. Here comes Ricci, pass to the front, deflected, and it's in! Caden Long with the goal, and he'll continue his hot streak. 2 goals last weekend, and another one to start out this week. It's 1-0 Powassan on the power play marker.
And Matt, it's never a bad thing to go to the net, right? You just go to the net, something good might happen. It wasn't a hard shot, but nice deflection there, or a pass, whatever they want to call it, but it's a goal, and the Voodoos open the scoring here, but never a bad idea to go to the net if you're a forward.
Caden Long had 2 goals in that 5-1 win over Elliott Lake last weekend in Elliott Lake, and he had a really good game here against the Sudbury Cubs the night before. So Caden Long starting to heat up here in the early going for the Powassan Voodoos. Little with the shot. That goes off his own player's skate, and it comes out of the zone as the Paperkings move towards the Voodoos net. Slapped away and sent around to the near side. There's a shot. Save made. Bouncing puck right in front of Sanders, and he covers it up quickly for the save. And Caden Long's family in the house tonight. His grandfather and grandmother, Mayor Al McDonald of North Bay, and Wendy.
So no one's in North Bay tonight, is what you're telling us there. But nice that he gets the support from his family. You got North Bay's mayor here, so yeah, great family atmosphere here for sure.
I did see his father, Mark, in the building earlier tonight as well. Play continues here, delayed offside against the Paperkings, so Douglas will pick it up for the Voodoos. He fires it in, gloved down by Galton for a stoppage in play.
Well, the biggest thing I think in this game for the young netminder for the Voodoos, Matt, is, you know, not give up rebounds. He did a good job on that previous shot by Espanola, and he's only faced 2 shots, but a good start, and he's gotten some help from his teammates with the early goal.
Play back underway. In behind the Espanola net. That was Gareth Sturgis sent down the ice, and it will be icing against the Espanola Paperkings. So we'll go right back down the other way and do it again.
Yeah, face off, as you say, in the Espanola zone. And, you know, Espanola's got to avoid these icings, especially being on the road. You know, teams can get to pick where they want the puck dropped, so an advantage for Powassan there. So you don't want to ice the puck too much.
Connor O'Brien behind the net. Sends it into the near side corner for Long. Caden Long sends it back behind the net. Play broken up by Pethick. And it's cleared out of the zone. Sefton will chase. No icing call here. Sefton will get it. He loses it. Chance in front of the net for Espanola. Backhanded shot. Sanders makes a save and kicks it to the far side corner. Behind the net. Set is there. Sends it to the near side. That is Paul Kopech. Tried to play it in the corner. Huge hard hit. Big collision there. Shot save made. Rebound chance denied as well. Another chance sent to the line. To the near side. Trying to set it up. The play is broken up. And down the ice goes Long. Long runs past the puck. And the play is kept in the neutral zone. Patrick throws a hit on Michael Leach. And then the puck is dumped down the ice. That was a huge hit thrown. Kobe Braum with that one for the Espanola Paperkings. Sent towards the net. That squirts through. It's Braum there. Sends it around back to the near side. Trying to catch up to the puck. The Voodoos trying to get it out. Still stuck on the half boards, and it escaped. Reaching for it is Danuden. And now his teammates will help him out. Horgan sends it down the left wing side. Skating in is Braum. He puts it towards the net. Sanders turns it away. Into the near side corner. The Voodoos back in control. Taking another hard hit was Long. And then Long is run into by Braum. Check that. That was actually Nate Gravel that was run into by Braum. But the Voodoos now on the counterattack. Service to the right side. Sean Thies lost it, and out of the zone is Wilkie, the newcomer, down the left wing to Service. Service gets thrown into the boards, and out of the zone come the Paperkings. That is Lines. Lines sends it to the middle, caught in some skates, still on the doorstep. They can't get a shot away. Lines battling for it. At the blue line, sent ahead. Sanders comes out to play it to the corner. On the far side. Played there by Thies. Thies sends it out of the zone. Joshua Romalo up the ice, and coming into the zone is Lines. He gets hit into the corner, and on the back end of the boards is Guthrie. Guthrie tries to switch it over to Lines. Lines back to Guthrie along the end board. Centering pass, and it's denied. I don't know if Sanders got a piece of it, but it's not in the back of the net. And that was a really nice pass set up by Espanola there. They'll be looking for more of that with 6:40 gone in this first period. It's a 1-0 Powassan lead. That goal coming earlier, Caden Caden Long. Douglas behind the net. Sends it to the right side boards. Trying to get it out of the area is Will Burray. Through the neutral zone. Breaking up the play, Sturgis for the Paperkings. Big battle along the boards. Coming in at the end of the play is Fullerton. He dumps it in, and now that line will change. It's the Paperkings looking to bring it out. Sent down the ice by Lush. In along the end boards, controlled by Shields of the Voodoos. He sends it down the left wing side for Burray. Burray to the right side. Takes a shot wide of the net, off the end boards, and covered up by Galton for a stoppage in play. 7:25 gone, 1-0 Powassan.
Yeah, really sort of a skating start to the game, but in the last 3 or 4 minutes, starting to see some physical play on both teams, and some big bodies there, as you mentioned, on the Espanola side. So more of a physical style over the last couple minutes, but it's been a hard-hitting game the last few shifts.
And you can see why Espanola has been successful this season. They move the puck pretty well. There's a chance in front of the net. That one denied. Macmillan in the corner. Espanola clears it down the ice. Icing called against the Paperkings. As we said, Espanola comes in at 3-1, their last victory. Back last Friday, beating Blind River 6-2. They also beat the Greater Sudbury Cubs 4-3. They opened the season with a 7-3 win over Cochrane. Their only blemish so far, a 5-4 loss against Hearst at home on the second night of the season. Long with the puck. Sends it to Ricci, who keeps it in with some fancy footwork. Some more good hand-eye coordination there. Shot comes in. That one stopped. Looked like it went off the mask of the goaltender, Galton. At the line. They can't keep it in this time, and it's a foot race to it. Racing down the ice is Gringerton. Gringerton on the half boards. It's knocked away. And now Long trying to go the other way with O'Brien. Long over the line. Offside is the call, and now some rough stuff after the whistle. Bob, you mentioned the size of the ice and a lot of back and forth play with speed, but honestly what I've noticed through the first 2 games this season and even into this one, not a ton of offsides. Maybe that's because one guy is mostly carrying the puck forward.
Well, you don't have the time to try to slow the game down, right? You've got to go because there's so many. I mean, you got 12 players out there. You got several officials as well. So you really got to move the puck when you get it and just get the puck to the net.
Into the neutral zone. Sent back into the Espanola end. Fullerton dumping it in. And Espanola in control. Down the right wing. Leach lost it. And Romolo will chase it again. Romolo brings it out of his own end. Cross zone pass in the neutral zone is deflected away by Fullerton. And that'll be a change as the puck goes over the boards and out of play. 9:10 gone in the first period. 1-0 Voodoos lead.
Well, maybe Wednesday, Matt, but a lot of people have decided to get a good night out here. Come to the Powassan Sportsplex and check out some NOJHL action. And nice to see the Voodoos getting some hometown support here tonight.
Playback underway. Puck fired right towards Sanders. Had to make a decision there, and luckily Fullerton bails him out. Again, first game of the season for Sanders. Maybe a little bit nervous on that play, and it's just far enough out of your reach to not smother it, but it's too far to do anything else with the puck, especially with guys coming in the zone there. Play continues now in the Espanola zone. Far side corner, that looks like it's Bure. He puts it on net, and a kick save made, and now we'll see what the call is here. Hooking, and that'll go against the Powassan Voodoos. No, check that. It's going against Espanola. So Gareth Sturgis is in the box, and the Powassan Voodoos are back on the power play. Going into the game, they were 5 for 20 on their power play so far this season. As I said, they've had a lot of power play opportunities here at home. That first game against Sudbury, They had about 7 power plays. And there's a chance on the shorthand. Denied. Braun gets stopped by the goaltender Sanders on the breakaway opportunity there. And now the Voodoos on the counterattack trying to get through the defense. But getting stopped at the end there is the newcomer Wilkie. Little. Wilkie. Little will take it. The captain coming off Player of the Week honors in the NOJHL. He fires it in, and it's a save made and kicked off the skate of the goaltender. Galton turnover at the line, and it is Little chasing. So yes, Mitch Wilkie comes in, and he gets paired up on the top defensive unit with the captain Little, although with Lemke out, you need somebody up there. Why not throw the new guy in there?
Getting his chances for sure.
Into the zone. There's a shot. That's blocked by the defender. And it will be cleared. Less than a minute to go on the power play for the Voodoos. Their second of the game.
Now,
they scored on their first.
Now, Matt, 5 for 20, 25%. So that's 25% on the power play. I was going to ask you what that is, but of course you might have trouble with that, so I said, decide to say it myself.
.8:38 to go in the first period. 1-0 Voodoos lead. Icing call against the Voodoos on that last play. Something that head coach Peter Goulet probably isn't happy about, his team having to take a defensive zone faceoff while up by a man here.
Yeah, his first year coaching the Voodoos.
And the Voodoos win it. Bees. Back behind the net. Bees makes a move, and he'll carry it out down the right wing side. Sends it on net. Save made by the goaltender, Galton. Ricci. Time running out. And out of the box is Sturgis. And we're back to 5-on-5 play with 8 minutes to play in the period. Scott drops it back behind his own blue line. This is Wilkie bringing it forward. Scott tries to play it up ahead to Wilkie. It's out of his reach. And now the Voodoos on the backtrack. Little. Off the boards. Down the right wing. They get it over the blue line. There's a hard hit. Scott getting knocked down there. Back in the neutral zone. Wilkie tries to feed up to Scott. He throws a hit. Back and forth we go with the physical play. One of the Paperkings is sitting on top of Scott. That looks like Liam Bridgman. Check that. Alexander Christopoulos is the player.
Now, that's like I'm trying to get up, but not really.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's like saying, okay, I'm trying to get up. I'm standing. I'm slowly standing. I can't get up. What's going on here? And yeah, a lot of hitting in this game and a lot of scoring chances. 10-6. Powassan leading on the shot board. Courtney Kenny helping out on the shots tonight, so good work there. And lots of good chances. So back in action here, but a good start to the game.
So third power play of the game as Espanola is going to be penalized for that play. 7:20 to go in the first. And the Espanola Paperkings coming into the game allowing 5 goals against on the penalty kill. Shorthanded 19 times, so that's now 6 for 21 coming into the game. That was just a 73.7% kill rate. Down by a man for Espanola. So if you're the coaching staff of the Paperkings, you're looking for a little bit of improvement in the special teams play. 1 for 2 on the night so far as the Voodoos continue to move the puck around here. Pass across the zone, right in the slot. They're trying to get it in the middle, but they get denied, and now there's a pass up ahead. Coming in is Braum. Braum on the breakaway, and he gets denied. Sanders throws out the glove to keep that one out of the back of the net. And now it's O'Brien down the left wing side, sending it in behind the net. But the Paperkings clear, and it's sent down the ice. Less than a minute to go on the Voodoos' third power play of the game.
Yeah, Matt, that's the second breakaway Espanola's had when shorthanded, but so far no damage, but that's going to be stopped.
Backhand side, rebound chance, they score! Tucker Shields with the goal. It's his 4th of the season, his 3rd power play marker of the year. And the Voodoos take a 2-0 lead here in the first.
Good speed by the Voodoos again. Again, we talked about the goaltending in the Powassan end, and the Voodoos take advantage of that and score at the other end, using their speed to get a chance down the ice and scoring on the rebound. So good shift for the Voodoos, good power play goal, but again, they've got to be concerned about giving up chances when they're shorthanded, but no damage, and they're up 2-0.
And I think if you're Espanola, you're looking at it going, okay, that's enough time spent in the penalty box for us tonight.
Yeah, for sure. That's three opportunities the Voodoos have had. That's probably too many for Espanola.
As we said, at home, the Powassan Voodoos already 12 power plays in just the 2 games prior to this one.
That's a lot of power plays.
Yeah, on home ice. So add in 3 more. So they are 5 for 15 on the power play on home ice so far.
I don't think they're going to be complaining about the number of power plays they're getting on home ice. That's for sure. That's a lot. And but you got to take advantage of it too, and they have tonight.
That's right. Playback underway. And the Paperkings try to move it forward. That one's turned aside. Back out to the neutral zone. That is Sturgis, and it's dumped down. Ryan Patrick leaves it for Little. Little gets bumped off the puck. Controlling it is Gringorton, sending it into the corner. Picked up there by Little. Little's got speed down the left wing, over the blue line, cuts to the right side, takes a shot, and that one goes wide. Another penalty coming up here against the Paperkings. A delayed call as the Voodoos get the extra attacker out there. In behind the net, tried the short side sneak around, but that one got blocked. And now hooking is the call against Espanola. Shorthanded for the 4th time today.
That's 4 power plays in 15 minutes. That's really, hurting your chances of getting back in this game. You're only down 2-0, but you got to stay out of the box, and Powassan has been able to do it, and Espanola hasn't. It's really the story of the game so far.
Caden Long at 2:40. Tucker Shields right at the 15-minute mark. Both on the power play. And now they're looking to add more. That is Long. To the middle, Thies. Shot. Big save. Rebound. Cleared away, but not out of the zone. That's Patrick in the corner to Long. Back down the point. Thies back to Patrick. He gets shoved on the boards, and the puck gets cleared. And it's another breakaway attempt here. It's Christopoulos down the ice. Backhanded stop is made as Sanders keeps it out of the back of the net. Check that. That was Jonathan Lush on that breakaway opportunity. And that's 3 times now it's happened.
Well, Sanders, people look at the score. It's 2-0. It's going to be Powassan's power play. Yes, but Sanders has been very sharp in his first start for the Voodoos and has stopped 3 breakaways. So the game could be entirely different depending on those opportunities for Espanola.
Just over 4 minutes remaining in the first period, while the Voodoos have just over a minute remaining on the power play. And here comes Little through the middle. The shot, glove save made by the netminder, Galton.
Yeah, quite the week for Alex Little. You mentioned NOJHL Player of the Week. He's a fast skater. He gets going. He can cause all kinds of problems, and and we've seen that tonight. Just great speed, great legs out there.
Service to the left side. Now on the right side, down to the point, service again. Wilkie from the corner now. Turns back, looks to the half board, sends it to the point. Cross zone pass to Little. Little down to Service. Service walking in, puts it on net, loose in front, and now the goaltender Galton will cover it up for the save.
I've noticed Espanola's, they have a little more size than Powassan, right? So
They do.
That's what they've got to do. They've got to really use that size advantage, be aggressive physically, try to slow down these Voodoos. The Voodoos, you know, their strengths are their skating ability and their quickness. And but Espinola's going to have to try and use that size, especially in front of their own net. And when they do get the puck in the Powassan zone, when they try to get the puck back.
Turnover at the line, racing down the ice is Friesen. Friesen to the forehand, and he can't bury it. Blocker save made by Sanders there. Time winding down on the Powassan power play, their fourth of the game. Little down the right wing side, goes in behind the net, lost the puck back there, and it's cleared. That's Patrick in the neutral zone. Tries to fire forward. Now the Paperkings on the counterattack, but they go offside as Friesen got held up just behind the line on a good defensive play on the back end here. And with, I believe there's a timeout being called here. Check that, we've reached our mid-period break. Wow, it took us a long time to get there. Let's thank our broadcast sponsor for getting us here tonight.
Your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road.
So, again, as Courtney Kenny's clarifying to me, again, here in the NOJHL, they can only take the mid-period break when it's an offside or the puck goes out of play. They can't do it on an icing, and they can't do it when there's someone in the penalty box or on a goal. And those have been the only stoppages since the halfway point of the period. So
well, you know, Matt, it looks like Powassan's in control up 2-0. But in reality, it's pretty a tight game because of those breakaways and the great goaltending by Powassan. They're up 2-0, seemingly in control, but that next goal is going to be huge for the rest of this game.
The Voodoos on the attack. O'Brien puts it in front of the net, but I believe that's Long who couldn't get a shot off. Down to the point, there was another one that comes in, and it's a stop made in front of the net. Patrick steals it in the neutral zone. Dumping it in. Little check made there, in behind the net. Now on the near side. Coming down the right wing, up to the blue line. Still in control is Bissett. Bissett puts on the brakes, and then he lost control of the puck. Good poke check made by the Voodoos. Now on the counterattack, it's Patrick. Down the left wing, drops it back to Douglas. Douglas fires, and that's stopped. Now the Paperkings back on the counterattack. That's Braum. Braum with a shot right into the pads of Sanders, and he holds on to it for a stoppage in play. 2 minutes to go in the first. 2-0 lead for the home side Voodoos, who are out shooting the Paperkings 17-10 to this point of the period.
10 save for Sanders, and he may have been nervous, but he hasn't looked nervous. He's looked very confident back there, especially all the breakaways and great scoring chances he's faced.
At the line, fired in, off a stick and out of play. Bob, in the home opener just a couple weeks ago, the Voodoos went with Dan DeRocco in net, put up a shutout against Cochrane. Only had to make 13 saves, though, in that game. Here tonight, Caleb Sanders, he's made 10 saves, and I would argue he's had maybe one or two that I would qualify as easy saves.
Yeah, I think he's making more than 13 tonight.
That's it. Stolen in the neutral zone. Scott lost it. Sent down the ice, in behind the net. Sent around to the near side. Smetham takes a hit. Scott puts it to the middle. Kicked around. Smetham is able to carry it forward. into the attacking zone, plays it in front of the net, but the puck bounces away. At the line, turned over. That looks like Guthrie. And now into the corner to Peters Davey at the line. Shot comes in, bouncing puck, and cleared to the far side. Picked up over there by Bure. And Will Bure dumps it down. Espanola with 40 seconds remaining in the period. Plays it in to the far side. Kelly kicked off his skate. Little takes a hit as he dumps it down the ice. Picked up by the Paperkings. Gringerton dumps it down. In behind the net. Little for the Voodoos. Down the right wing side, the clearing attempt. It gets it out of the zone, but it's the Paperkings dumping it right back in. 10 seconds of play. Sanders into the corner. At the line. Romolo sends it on net. Sanders with the save. 5 seconds to go.
Yeah, we mentioned about Sanders tonight, but Powassan with 3 goalies and like you were saying, a lot of talent. So it'll be interesting as that battle goes along, whether they go with a number 1 or they spread it out, but certainly Sanders not disappointing in his first start.
And Cannon Flageau has also gotten into 3 games already this season for Powassan, and he's 2-1 on the year. So it really is. They talked about it in the preseason about how they are going to carry 3 goalies this season, and sticking to their guns and doing that is General Manager Chris Dawson, and so far you can't fault him for it. The Powassan Voodoos coming out of this period at home again with a 2-0 lead over the visiting Espanola Paperkings. So far, so good through 20 minutes, Bob.
Yeah, the story, a lot of power plays for the Voodoos, and they've taken advantage of that, but also good goaltending, as we mentioned, by Sanders for the Voodoos, and stopping 3 breakaways and shutting the door on Espanola. But it seems like it's 2-0, and they're seemingly in control, but it still could go either way. Espanola's had some really good chances.
Absolutely. All right, once again, this broadcast tonight is brought to you by Average Joe's.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road.
And Bob and I will be back for your second period in just a little bit, so we can thank some of our sponsors.
Average Joe's Eatery and Patio Bar is North Bay's only year-round lakefront restaurant. On the shores of beautiful Trout Lake, we have been serving delicious food and stunning views since 1999. Indulge in one of our delicious menu items, or simply sit with a cocktail in hand and watch the beauty of Trout Lake before your eyes. Check us out online at averagejoes.net or visit us in person at 3501 Trout Lake Road, North Bay.
You rely on your vehicle to take you to the places that matter most to you. So bring your vehicle to the team you can rely on to keep it running at its best. Dave's Automotive Services. Whether you're getting your car or truck ready for the season with a tire change, making sure you're safe on the road with an inspection and certification, or doing your due diligence to keep your vehicle in tip-top shape with regular maintenance, Dave's Automotive Services has you covered. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect when you bring your car or truck to Dave's Automotive Services at 411 Airport Road. Call 705-478-5544 and book your appointment today.
Hey there, I'm Mike the Financial Advisor. When you strip it down to its core and you take away all the industry jargon, I help people solve financial concerns. So if you're concerned that you'll never save enough to retire comfortably, or that your kid is going to graduate post-secondary $40,000 in debt, or maybe even that life is going to take a really unfortunate sideways turn and somebody is going to have to open a GoFundMe page for you and your family, I can help you prevent all of those things from happening. If you want to see how, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Just do a search for Mike the Financial Advisor. You should find me.
Meals are a special time for families to gather, share their day, and spend quality time together. Those dinners are made extra special when you add tropical produce found in the markets and grocery stores that carry La Huerta imports. La Huerta knows the importance of family, so they know which quality products make the best quality meals for your customers, whether it be Mexican Hass avocados, Brazilian figs, Ecuadorian red dragon fruit, or something just as exotic and special. To get your supply of the best tropical produce at competitive prices with brands buyers trust, contact La Huerta Imports at 705-752-1478.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road.
And we welcome you back. Matthew Sukram with you here alongside Bob Coles at the Powassan Sportsplex. Period number 2 underway here. It is a 2-0 Powassan lead, courtesy of a couple power play goals in that opening period.
Yeah, Matt, 2 for 4 on the power play for Powassan and no opportunities for Espanola.
In behind the net, that is Mitch Wilkie. Sends it back to the near side to Little. Little can't clear. Now they'll have another opportunity, and they do get ahead. Macmillan down the left wing side. Macmillan driving to the net. Goes in behind. The goaltender was almost out of position, but he recovered in time, and Macmillan couldn't send it or steer it towards the net. Into the neutral zone. O'Brien in behind the net. That's Patrick back there. Gets knocked off the puck. And it is picked up by Horgan. He can't clear. Coming in late into the play is Patrick. He's able to keep the puck deep in the Espanola zone on the far side. That's Romolo again. And Romolo is able to get it out of the zone. Stopped in the neutral zone, but Espanola maintains possession. A minute and a half in. Sent down the ice. Bounces off the side of the net. Into the neutral zone, O'Brien. Turned over, now the Espanola with a shot, save made. Blake Peters-Davy went up high, and the goaltender, Sanders, caught it.
Now, I don't know, Chris Dawson's son is named Caleb, so I don't know if that attracted Chris Dawson to Caleb Sanders or not, but he's been tremendous. Caden Long, his 3rd goal of the year, opened the scoring at 2:40 of the first. Tucker Shields' 4th made it 2-0, also on the power play at 15 minutes. And the shot 17-12 here early in the second in favor of the Voodoos.
Taking the draw, Jack Lines for the Paperkings. There's a shot on net. That goes wide. Off the side of the net, off the post, actually. And now it's Thieves with it. Service gets it out of the zone, racing down the right wing side. Service, one-on-one, sends it to the middle, but they could not get a good shot off. Nate Gravel on the other side of that pass attempt from Service.
Yeah, this is Gravel's first NOJHL regular season game. He played for the Voodoos in the preseason, but this is his first regular season matchup. So another guy that he's going to be awfully excited to get on the ice here.
That one is flipped up and into the Powassan zone, and it's Service back in control. Into the neutral zone. Service sends it in. 2:50 gone in the second. And Graydon Guthrie gets it over the blue line. Shot right back out. That's Scott. He lost it. There's a shot towards the net. Sanders gets a piece of it. Goes to the far side. And now Aiden Pethick dumping it in. Wilkie chases. Held on the board. Sent around to the far side. Down to the point. Slapped back in. Picked up, and the Voodoos trying to go the other way with it. That is Burray. Now Smetham. Back to Burray. Burray cuts in front of the net. Backhand. And the shot is blocked. And the goaltender, Galton, makes the save. But nice little play there by Burray. Just put it on net while your momentum is taking you the other way. Trying to cross up the goaltender.
Yeah, I was going to say more of a tight checking start to the second period as opposed to the first. But Powassan got a good chance there, but sure the coaches putting a lot of emphasis on for Espanola staying out of the box and playing Powassan a little more tightly. And Powassan knows that they're going to have some calls go against them. You got to believe pretty soon Espanola is going to get a power play.
There's a shot wide of the net. Ricocheted back to the blue line. Back down low. And now up high. Skating to the middle. Shot deflected and goes wide. Nice shot there at the line by Romolo. In towards the goaltender Sanders. He takes it up high and it's cleared. Shields draws it back. At the line, kept in the zone. That's Uden there. Then Uden lost it and now it's sent the other way. Skating in is Shields. Sent to the line. That shot is blocked. Another opportunity for the Voodoos. Backhanded shot towards the net. Save made as the goaltender Galton kicks out the left side pad.
That was his best save of the night.
Played into the far side corner. Horgan there. In behind the net to Romolo. Down the left wing for Brom.
Oh.
Brom with a hard hit from behind, sending Fullerton into the boards, and you can believe that that is going to send Brom into the penalty box.
And you've got to avoid that hit. That was a dangerous hit, Matt. And fortunately, no real damage, but other than the power play. But that was a dangerous hit, and everyone's okay. But that could have been worse.
It's just a bad play.
Yeah, he's done for the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 in the game. Yeah.
So Kobe Brom, he's got 4 points on the season through his 3 games. 11 penalty minutes coming into the game, though.
And Matt, if you're a physical player, you got to use your physical advantage smartly. You can't just sort of, when you have a guy in a defensive position like that, you can't bury him into the boards. You've got to use your size to your advantage and help out your team. You hurt your team there, and as a result, it's a power play. They got 2 minutes on the board, so. But he did leave the bench area, so we'll see how that shakes out. But it's a big chance for Powassan to really, it's early, but just 2-0, 5 minutes into the second, but to really gain a big advantage if they can score here.
Almost 5 minutes gone to begin the second period, and the Powassan Voodoos have yet another opportunity here on their 5th power play of the game. But they can't control the puck in the zone off the draw, and it's Little chasing it back.
I mean, a team like Powassan, they love these chances, right? They get to show their skill for this hometown crowd, and 5th power play of the game.
Little gets through, and he almost got a shot off, but at the last second, a nice defensive play to break it up. Service's shot to the front of the net. That gets blocked. Service trying to hold it in the zone. That's taken away. Walton is able to clear it, sending it up ahead to Peters Davey. It comes in, and it is knocked away. Peters Davey gets knocked into Sanders. And I believe that's going to end the Powassan power play.
Yeah, first time this night. Powassan's been in the penalty box, I believe, so that's everyone seems okay. Sanders is fine at the as he was taken in right to Sanders, but so it's going to be some 4-on-4 for the next little while.
That's Wilkie in the box for the Voodoos. So, as you said, Bob, the first time that the Voodoos find themselves in the box, but Espanola is not on the man advantage as that puck goes over the glass and out of play.
Yeah, that's right. They're about maybe a minute 8 differential between the one penalty ending, and then Espanola will have a short power play.
Hunter Friesen to take the draw for the Paperkings. Looks like he's lining up against Tucker Shields, who scored the second goal of the game. And it's the Paperkings in control. There's a shot. That goes wide of the net. Ricocheted, and it's sent down the ice. There's a foot race to it. That's Caden Long for the Voodoos, who shows off his speed. Tried to shield the puck, but the Paperkings are able to get it away from them. But now into the zone. Shields is there, but the goaltender, Galton, will cover it up for the stoppage and play. Espanola comes in 5 for 16 on their power play opportunities, 31.3%, while the Powassan Voodoos are spotless on their penalty kill, 11 for 11. And again, it'll be an abbreviated penalty kill when eventually it happens here. Little with the puck. It's off a skate into the corner. Service tries to find the puck. Helping him out is Scott. The puck to the line. It's cleared, and it's Little in control. He almost turned it over, and that would have been a breakaway for Sept. Little down the right wing side with speed into the corner. Now behind the net. Comes out on the short side. He's got a chance. Secondary chance, and he can't bury it. Little into the corner now. The Voodoos captain being pressured in that corner. Penalty is over to the Paperkings, so it's now a 5-on-4 for about 35 seconds. Bringing it into the zone is Gringorden. There's a chance that's denied. From the other side of the net, that goes wide. Into the corner. Sept to the line, Leach. Back to Sept. Cross zone pass, sends it in. That one's wide. Chance on the doorstep denied. Still in play in the zone. Behind the net, it's Sept. Center, they can't get a shot off. And now Service looks to go the other way. Down the right wing. In behind the net, Service sets it up, but Shields fans on it. Back to 5-on-5 as the penalty is now over. About 8 minutes gone in this period. 2-0, Voodoos keeping that advantage. Paperkings trying to get control here. On the far side, it's Gringorden. From behind the net, plays it to the boards. Shields now behind his own net. Send it to Smetham, who gets it up ahead to Macmillan. Macmillan overruns the puck, and the Paperkings look to calm it down a bit. It's Leach going back in. Dumps it in off the boards. Play broken up, and Macmillan on the carry. He dumps it into the Espanola zone. It goes off the side of the net. And Romolo sends it down the ice. Deflected into the zone by Lacroix. And in behind the net, into the corner. That's Patrick with it for the Voodoos. Gets it out to the neutral zone, and it's controlled by Sturgis. He dumps it back in, and it's Little over there. Little sends it down the left wing. Sturgis fires it right back in. 9 minutes off the clock in the second. And the Voodoos bring it out. Smetham down the right wing into the corner. Bit of pressure on him here. Off the half boards. Espanola does clear. O'Brien with some good physicality at the line. Finds Patrick. Patrick around the last defender. And he fires it wide. Sent back into the Espanola zone. And the Paperkings get it out. Down the left wing. Friesen. Lost it. Long tries to get it out. Blocked on one side. Skates in front of his own netminder. Gets it up to O'Brien. O'Brien off the boards. Tries to find Long, but it's out of his reach. Dumped back in. And Pethick with it. The Paperkings tried to catch the Voodoos on a late change there, but Pethick didn't realize he had a guy wide open all the way down the ice. Service now for the Voodoos. over the blue line. Gets it knocked off his stick. 10.5 gone in the second. Thies shot. Stopped. Rebound in the middle. Service can't get a clean one off. Carries it to the near side half-boards. Now Douglas into the corner. Sends it on net. That's stopped. Thies with it now. Fires it. That's blocked. In behind the net and on the corner. Turned over off the skate. Thies to the middle. Turned aside. The Paperkings try the other side. Skating down the right wing. That is Lush. Lost it in the neutral zone. The Voodoos control. Coming down the left wing. Tried to center it. That play got broken up. And it's Bissett. He gives it to Guthrie. On the end boards. Couple of hard checks by the Voodoos defense. In the far side corner, Sefton. And they score! Puck came out of the corner. I don't think Sanders was expecting a shot. And just like that, the Espanola Paperkings are within a goal. It's 2-1.
And that was probably the most harmless shot Espinola's taken tonight. After all those breakaways and plays in front that Sanders has been so sharp on, it looked totally harmless and it goes in. So that's a huge goal for Espanola. Makes it a 1-goal game, and certainly it's anyone's game now. They're going to get a big lift from that after all the penalties they've killed, and now Powassan needs a response.
That one stays in play off the glass. Wilkie's shot stopped by the netminder Galton. Out to the neutral zone, carrying it for Christopoulos. Christopoulos' shot is stopped. Into the corner, off the boards. Looking to clear. It's on the stick of McMillan. One-on-one into the zone. McMillan puts on the brink. He finds Wilkie, and he can't bury it. Mitch Wilkie almost made a statement in his debut with the Voodoos.
The good response for the Voodoos, getting a chance right away after giving up that goal to make it a 1-goal game.
Dumped into the Espanola zone. 12.5 gone. Scott coming in, takes a shot off the blocker of the goaltender Galton. And the Paperkings try to go the other way. Now, I believe that's Caden Long. Check that. That's Carson Ricci. Michael Leach in the neutral zone.
Oh.
There's a hard hit from Burray. And I think the Voodoos might have gotten away with one there.
Yeah, that's... I'm sure Espanola's not happy there was no call there.
That's the retaliatory hit on Burray right there. Bouncing puck. Fullerton will have to chase. Looking to shield Leach from it. Sends it up the boards quickly. Shot back in off the shoulder of Sanders. Into the neutral zone. Hard hit on Sturgis on the boards. Burray with a big physical shift here. And now he's got control of the puck going in. Burray lost it. And the Paperkings clear. If this goes the length, no, it won't. It would have been icing. Almost 14 minutes gone. And we haven't had a stoppage in place since that last goal came.
Haven't had our mid-period break yet, have we?
Right. No, we haven't. In the neutral zone, Lines. Lost it, sent back in. Galton will leave it behind the net for Sturgis. And this is Pethick, who dumps it in. Glove down by Sanders, but he couldn't hold it. Chance in front of the net, and he has to make a quick save. Now the Voodoos look to get it out again. O'Brien down the right wing side. Knocked off his stick. Good poke check. Patrick trying to keep the puck alive in the offensive zone. Patrick lost it. Gets it back at the top of the circle. From the hash mark. Centers it at the blue line. but they could not control that pass, and it's the Paperkings bringing it out. Hit in the neutral zone, and Gravel has the puck. Now it's O'Brien. O'Brien with time, which we can't say a lot in this ice surface here. And it's sent back the other way. 15 minutes gone. And the Voodoos holding on to that 2-1 lead. O'Brien down the left wing. In the neutral zone, O'Brien in the middle. Can't get it towards the net. Shot at the line is blocked.
O'Brien really picking up his game the last couple shifts. Really hard working.
Now Lush. His shot is stopped. Nice defensive play by Ricci to block that one. And it's Ricci in the corner. Off the end boards, played off the back of the net. Around on the far side. And kept in the zone. That's Lines. His shot is blocked, and Lush will have to come out of the zone with it. Dumping it right back in, Ricci. Almost 16 minutes gone now. Played back into the Espanola zone. Down to the right side. Kept in the zone off the glass. There's a hit. Towards the goaltender, and that went off two of his own players' sticks before he covered it up. Tried to get the stretch pass to Macmillan, but he overruns the puck. And now it's Espanola looking on the counter, trying to get it out. Into the corner. Looking to center it is Guthrie. To the line, Romolo. Fired it wide. Kelly looking to clear. Back in behind the net, Fullerton for the Voodoos. Finds Kelly again. They turn it over. Guthrie sends it on net. That's blocked. Christopoulos with a chance. Sends it to the point. There's a shot off his stick, over the glass, and out of play. And that, with almost 17 minutes is gone, is going to be our half-period break.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road.
And we want to thank you for joining us on Hockey TV, or whether you're watching it on the Frontline Broadcast YouTube channel. We thank you so much. I'm Matthew Sucrum alongside Bob Coles. We got Ben Long producing, and Courtney Kenny's here too, helping out with the shot category, which stands right now at 24-20 in favor of the Voodoos.
Well, Sanders, as we mentioned, very impressive in the Powassan net, but let's give Galton some praise as well. He's, he shut the door on Powassan in this period so far. Very strong in the Espanola net, and so it's a one-goal game. A real goalie battle here down the stretch of the second period and into the third. So very entertaining game. Two power play goals by Powassan in the first period. Espanola getting within one here in the second. And so it promises to be a very interesting third period, but still 3:06 to go, Matt. So this is a really important stretch for both teams heading into the room.
Face-off won by Espanola. They played in behind the net. Play broken up. And the Voodoos look to get it out. Stopped at the line. Fired right back in by Romolo. Into the far side, Little for the Voodoos. And they get the pass ahead. This is Wilkie. Down the right wing. Wilkie's shot goes off the shoulder of the goaltender, Galton. Little firing it in. And Romolo across to the far side. I believe that's Leach there. Romolo brings it down his left wing. Patrick behind the net for the Voodoos. Played around. It's Macmillan here on the half boards. Pass into the neutral zone. Got it onto the stick of Patrick, but he'll chase it all the way down the ice. And the Espanola defense takes it over from there. Approaching the 18-minute mark of the second period. Espanola with the lone goal in this period. Patrick in his own zone, tries to send it around the boards. That's stopped. Espanola in front of the net. Turned away. In the neutral zone. And back into the Voodoos end, but they have control. O'Brien, it's off his stick, deflected and sent down into the Espanola end. Romalo behind the net. Sends it around to the near side for Bissett. Bissett lost it. Up ahead to Fullerton. Gets it over the line, but it's blocked by Romalo. Romalo, stretch pass down the left wing for Bissett. Bissett gets checked in the boards hard. Goes into the corner now. Fullerton's there behind the net trying to control it. Bissett gets it back. Bissett comes out, takes a shot. Stopped, and then the rebound came right to the stick of Friesen. Friesen on the side, centers! They can't get a clean shot off, and another chance at the side is turned away. Friesen shot goes up off the stick. It touches the roof, and that'll be a stoppage in play with under a minute to play in the second. 2-1, Powassan lead.
Caleb Sanders had to get up and go down to make the save, get up again, go down to make the save, but 3 times in that sequence as Espanola was really buzzing around him, but he's very athletic. You know, some goalies they're just tall goalies. He's more of an athletic type where he's moving quickly from side to side, and his athleticism tested there, but kept the puck out. He really battles, doesn't he?
He really does. I think what's interesting about one of the effects of this small ice is that sometimes guys in the offensive zone just aren't ready for the puck to come onto their stick.
Yeah, it seems the game is moving faster than the players, right?
That's right. That puck is sent all the way around the ice, and it's picked up by the Voodoos in their own end. Little with it. Little takes a hit as he dishes it off. It's Service into the corner. Service now on the end boards with 25 seconds to play in the period. Picked up by Thies. Shot from the blue line, just wide. Wilkie coming in. He takes a shot that goes wide of the net. Thies behind the net now in the corner. Sends it back to the blue line. That comes in. Glove save made by the goaltender, Galton. And Bob, how about this? How much have the Espanola Paperkings really calmed down since the big penalty that knocked Braum out of the game?
Yeah, it was a little message to their bench, boys. You can't get those bad penalties, and they've taken advantage. But yeah, it seems they're using their size smartly now, and they've really been forechecking better in the last 10 minutes.
3 seconds to go off the draw. The Paperkings have control of the puck, and that is how the second period comes to an end. The Voodoos do not add to their lead, but they keep it despite the Voodoos getting the lone, despite the Paperkings getting the lone goal of that period. It's 2-1 after 40 minutes.
Yeah, Espanola coming on a little, getting that goal, of course, is important, but really staying out of the box except for one hit and narrowing the gap to 1, so they're going to feel like they've got some good momentum, and they'll play again Friday night in Espanola, so we'll see if the intensity picks up here in the third period. 1-goal game and two teams with good records to start the year, each at 3-1.
Once again, thank you for joining us on Hockey TV and the Frontline Broadcast YouTube channel. We want to thank our sponsor, Average Joe's, for getting us here tonight.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road.
And so we'll take a quick break, and then when we come back, Bob and I will recap our players to watch for the game. And then we'll get you set up for the third period. For Bob Coles, I'm Matthew Sucre, and thanks for joining us. We'll be right back with more Powassan Voodoos hockey.
Average Joe's Eatery and Patio Bar is North Bay's only year-round lakefront restaurant. On the shores of beautiful Trout Lake, we have been serving delicious food and stunning views since 1999. Indulge in one of our delicious menu items, or simply sit with a cocktail in hand and watch the beauty of Trout Lake before your eyes. Check us out online at averagejoes.net or visit us in person at 3501 Trout Lake Road, North Bay.
You rely on your vehicle to take you to the places that matter most to you. So bring your vehicle to the team you can rely on to keep it running at its best. Dave's Automotive Services. Whether you're getting your car or truck ready for the season with a tire change, making sure you're safe on the road with an inspection and certification, or doing your due diligence to keep your vehicle in tip-top shape with regular maintenance, Dave's Automotive Services has you covered. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect when you bring your car or truck to Dave's Automotive Services at 411 Airport Road. Call 705-478-5544 and book your appointment today.
Hey there, I'm Mike the Financial Advisor. When you strip it down to its core and you take away all the industry jargon, I help people solve financial concerns. So if you're concerned that you'll never save enough to retire comfortably, or that your kid is going to graduate post-secondary $40,000 in debt, or maybe even that life is going to take a really unfortunate sideways turn and somebody is going to have to open a GoFundMe page for you and your family, I can help you prevent all of those things from happening. If you want to see how, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Just do a search for Mike the Financial Advisor. You should find me.
Meals are a special time for families to gather, share their day, and spend quality time together. Those dinners are made extra special when you add tropical produce found in the markets and grocery stores that carry La Huerta imports. La Huerta knows the importance of family, so they know which quality products make the best quality meals for your customers, whether it be Mexican Hass avocados, Brazilian figs, Ecuadorian red dragon fruit, or something just as exotic and special. To get your supply of the best tropical produce at competitive prices with brands buyers trust, contact La Huerta Imports at 705-752-1478.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road.
Well, we'll welcome you back to the Powassan Sportsplex. I'm Matthew Sucrum alongside Bob Coles as we get set up for the third period. It's a 2-1 Powassan Voodoos lead over Espanola. And let's take a look back at our players to watch tonight.
Players to Watch is brought to you by Mike the Financial Advisor. If you have financial questions, he has financial answers. On Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Mike the FA.
Bob, player to watch for the Powassan Voodoos, the newcomer. How's he doing tonight?
Well, he's gotten a penalty, but he's looked good on the rush a couple of times. You can see he knows what the puck when he wants to do with it. Hasn't had that statement goal that I'm sure the Voodoos fans want to see him get tonight in his first game, but Mitch Wilkie. But I love his speed. He's looked good on the rush, and I'm sure he'll fit in well with this fast skating Voodoos lineup.
Kyle Den Oden was your player to watch on the Espanola Paperkings side. 3 points through his first 4 games of the season. What have you liked out of him tonight?
Well, he's tried to be, part of that sort of, good defensively in his own zone and more physical in the offensive zone. He hasn't gotten on the board, hasn't made the stat sheet yet, but he's just trying to fit in. I think both these guys are trying to, fit into the lineup, and I'm sure that, they'll have to show their coaches something in the third period. But certainly Wilkie looks really good, and Den Oden, he's going to pick it up. He's had a good start to the year.
Absolutely. The Powassan Voodoos up 2-1 as we get set up for period number 3. We want to thank you for tuning in on Hockey TV and on the Battalion Frontline broadcast. Don't forget, after the game tonight, we'll have our 3 stars to watch for you.
Tonight's 3 Stars is brought to you by Dave's Automotive Services, 411 Airport Road in North Bay. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect from Dave's.
Yes, our 3 stars of the game, not 3 stars to watch, but we might as well be watching them tonight anyway, right? So that's coming up for you after the game. We want to thank Dave's Auto for sponsoring that feature for us. And the Powassan Voodoos looking to stay unbeaten at home so far this season. I know it's early season, but I think, Bob, it would mean a lot for them to keep this good pace going on at home so far, especially against another team that's off to a similarly great start.
Well, yeah, I mean, they've been, like you say, perfect at home, and looking to see that continue. What I'm going to be interested in the third period is how these teams come out and start it. Because, Espanola's got a lot of momentum. They're down 2-0. They've stayed out of the penalty box. They got a goal. They're within a goal. So they're going to probably keep doing what they're doing, trying to slow down the Voodoos offensively and use their size in the corners to get chances in front. For the Voodoos, they've got to get back to their game of outskating Espanola as they did in the first 2 periods, draw some penalties, get their big guys, guys like Wilkie, get them going. Alex Little has had a couple of chances, that's the advantage for Powassan. They're a bit of a smaller team, but they're a bit more skilled, I think, than Espanola, and they have to use that to their advantage here in the third period. So it's going to be interesting how these teams come out and start the final period in a 1-goal game.
Espanola came into this game tied for second most goals for in the league with 22, tied with the Greater Sudbury Cubs, both those teams in the West Division, and both of them just 1 goal behind the Timmins Rock, who lead the East Division, are 4-1 to start the season. So they've played 5 games, where Espanola, this is their 5th game of the season, and with that lone goal tonight, are right now tied with Timmins, and the Voodoos are going to hope that they stay right there. The Voodoos now up to 20 goals on the season as a team, looking to add more. That shot is blocked. Sept chasing in behind his own net. Sent to the near side, coming out of the zone. And that will be icing called against Espanola 31 seconds into the period.
Yeah, very entertaining back and forth kind of game, and seen some hits in this game. But I notice that a lot of times players move out of the way to avoid. I guess players don't like getting hit, right, anymore, Matt?
That's it.
Sounding like an old man, but those crazy hits at center ice, players avoid them. They see so much.
O'Brien with the shot off the chest of the goaltender Galton, and it stays out. Into the far side corner. Looking for an outlet here. That is Romalo. Dumped down the ice by Horgan. Picked up at the blue line. In the neutral zone now. Long coming in. He's got a goal tonight already. Long shoots it wide. He tried to go upstairs over the shoulder of the netminder Galton, and Galton stayed down on the shot. Espanola looking to respond now. Minute and a half in. Voodoos back in control in their own zone. Long on the half boards, being pressured there by Gringerton. Down to the blue line, sent back deep into the Voodoos zone. Sept on the far side, gets it out, but it's the Espanola Paperkings in control. Coming in on the left side. Gringerton trying there, knocked off his stick, sent down the ice, icing called. A minute 58 in.
Well, yeah, it seems what we saw in the late in the period, second period. Caden Long had a good chance, though. Otherwise, it's been close checking. Long with his one goal already in this one. Almost had a second using a great burst of speed, but again, he was foiled. And still a one-goal game here with 18 minutes to go in the third. Shots 27-21 right now in favor of the Voodoos.
Puck comes out of the zone. Ryan Patrick. Kyle Denuden dumps it in. Blade back in behind the net. Service for the Voodoos. Gets it down the right wing side and dumped out. This is Gravel chasing. Nate Gravel coming down the right wing side. Going in behind the net. Going right into the corner where I believe his father was watching the game earlier tonight. There's a shot on net, and that one is stopped. Galton with another save.
Yeah, it's a good crowd here tonight. A lot of people watch the game near the canteen and that area. It's a little warmer out there, Matt.
It is.
And there's a good crowd in the benches here, like here in the action, as well as seeing it. So, yeah, Wednesday night game, but hasn't affected the turnstiles here tonight.
No, they usually average 300 or so, and you're right, it is a Wednesday night, but they came out to see some hockey here at the Powassan Sportsplex. And what, in the 6-year history of this team, or 8-year history now of this team, I mean, they have really gotten great support from the community.
Yeah, the community has gotten behind these Voodoos, no doubt about it, and they have great community outreach too. The Voodoos do, and you know, they involved everybody, and you know, it's nice to see. You know, the hockey team and the community come together, and the fans love the Voodoos, that's for sure.
Face off inside the Voodoo zone. That's at the line, blocked by Kelly. And Kelly will dump it in on the left wing side. In behind the net, and now it comes out in front, and the goaltender has to make a quick glove save there.
Well, Coach Goulet, I was reading about Mackenzie Weegar, the Calgary Flames defenseman, now played in the summer. Great relationship between those two, and of course Mackenzie now in Calgary after being part of the Huberdeau deal. So if you want to check out, just Google Mackenzie Weegar and Bay Today, and there's a great story about relationship between the Voodoos head coach and the Calgary defenseman, and how those early relationships in hockey really can lead you to an NHL career, and it's a good story.
The Calgary Flames, are they the newsmakers of the offseason for the
goodness.
NHL, or what?
Oh my goodness. Kachuk, Goudreau, Huberdeau, Uyghur, Kadri, all kinds of stuff.
In the far side corner, Espanola can't clear, kept in the zone. Play on the half boards. Tried to get it to Kelly in the middle, but it's knocked away from his stick. And the Espanola Paperkings get it down the ice. 3:40 gone in the third. Voodoos up 2-1. They were held to just 7 shots in the second period after putting up 19 in the first 20 minutes. A lot of those, though, coming on those 4 power play opportunities. They had just 1 power play opportunity in the second period as that shot goes wide. And that power play opportunity ended about 50 seconds into it starting. And that was their only opportunity of the second period with a man advantage. There's a shot. Kick save made by Sanders. Cleared out of the zone, but they're saying it touched the stick on its way out. And so that negated the icing call. Espanola bringing it right back down the ice. With speed going into the boards with Sturgis. Back out, Sturgis fires it back in. 4:45 gone in the third. Sent down the ice, picked up on the right side by O'Brien. He dumps it in. Bit of a hometown bounce there, went redirected right towards the net, but no Voodoos in the area to make anything of it. Now Little, there's a shot. Gloved down by the goaltender Galton, and he'll hold on to it for a stoppage in play. 5:02 gone in the third. 2-1 Powassan lead.
Yeah, the Voodoos looking for a little insurance, up by 1 goal, and but it's sort of the game is the style right now of Espanola, I find, Matt. It's more close checking, less wide open than it was earlier, and so I think both teams are. If I was concerned, I'd probably be on the Powassan side right now because Espinola's playing the kind of game they like here.
Christopoulos chasing it into the zone. Bounced around up to the blue line. Service trying to get it out. Ricci helps him. Ricci will carry it down the ice. Takes a shot in and out of the glove of Galton and back on the boards. It's the Voodoos chasing it into the neutral zone. Pass across the neutral zone and dump back in on the backhand. Espanola in control.
It's Galton's 29th save of the game.
In the neutral zone. Gravel trying to move it forward. He gets it over the blue line, but immediately Espanola takes control. Dumped in by Peters Davey. Ricocheted around the far side boards. Up the blue line. The fans on the shot, but kept in control. Horgan dumps it in on the near side. Back around on the far side. Sept over there. Along with Burre. Play in the middle now. That's broken up. Burre skates it out of the zone. Right in front of the Espanola bench. Tries to get it over the blue line. He's blocked. Loose puck smacked into the zone. And a couple of players will get in the area. Controlled behind the net by the Paperkings. And Peters Davey gets it out. Quickly up the middle. Voodoos going the other way. Little. Back to the middle. Burry shot. Backhanded. Blocked. He's still got control in the corner. Played in behind the net. To the far side. That is Smetham. Smetham to the middle. Smetham trying to get a shot off. Plays it back to Little at the line. The shot. Glove save made by Galton. And it's another stop with 6:48 gone in the third. 2-1 Voodoos lead.
Yeah, that clock moving along. It's getting near that time of the game where a long way to go, but Espanola may start to take a few more chances, and of course Powassan wants a little insurance down the stretch. So it's getting a little heightened here, almost at the midway mark of the third period.
Weird bounce off the stanchion in the glass there to keep the puck alive in the zone briefly. Turnover at the line. Voodoos coming in. That's O'Brien. Nobody there on that backhanded pass. Espanola dumps it down the ice. And icing will be called as Douglas would have reached the puck.
Well, Matt, at the intermission, I had a chance to speak to a couple of members of Caden Long's family and asked them how they're going. He says they're excited to watch him play, but they do get a little nervous. They admit they get a little nervous right up there. His grandma's up there, and she says, get a little nervous, but always exciting and to give him support here in Powassan.
Caden Long with his third goal in as many games tonight. His first career power play goal. And that has gotten the Voodoos to where they are, 2-1. Tucker Shields to take the draw. He's the other goal scorer tonight.
Yeah, way back in the first period at the 15-minute mark or so, it was 2-0, and only one goal in the game since then, and that was by Espanola.
And Espanola clears it off the glass in their own zone, so they'll have to take another defensive zone draw. And you really felt like, as you said, the next goal was going to be the important one. Espanola got it and has kept them in this game. Had the Voodoos put one more up on one of those power play opportunities, you know, this game might have turned into a laugher at one point.
Yeah, and those opportunities have really dried up. Just the one power play since the first period for the Powassan Voodoos.
Well, I think you have to credit the Espanola Paperkings for tightening up defensively, as well as keeping. There's a shot that gets through under the pads of Sanders and in. A rifle from the blue line that goes under the 5-hole. And with almost 8 minutes gone in the third period, Espanola have tied it 2-2. I believe the goal came off the stick of Joshua Rumalo.
Well, Matt, I remember the coach of one of my kids' hockey teams said years ago, he said, the worst lead in hockey is 2-0. You figure you're in control, but you're really not in control because one goal can change it, and we just talked about that. And you had the feeling that unless Powassan got a little insurance here early in the period, that Espanola was going to tie it, and now it's anyone's game.
There's a hard hit in the neutral zone. Voodoos going the other way, sending it on net, and Galton makes a save right at his chest.
And I think what Powassan's going to do, they do have to get a guy in front on those shots, right? They're, yes, they're great opportunities, but there's no screen in front. You got to get an ugly goal sometimes, and that's what Powassan has to try to do here down the stretch.
7:52 gone in the third.
But apparently these Voodoos, they like a little drama in these home games, don't they? So we'll see if we get
They
that.
win the draw. They get towards the net. Big scramble on the doorstep. Puck still loose, and the officials will blow the play down. I don't know if Galton ever had the puck, but the officials clearly lost sight of it there.
I don't mind that, what they did there, winning the draw and just going to the net and trying to find a loose puck. So that shows, you know, you got to grind out these games, and that was a good sequence, I think, for the Voodoos.
They try to do it again and move the attackers forward to the net, but the puck goes into the corner. Trying to throw a big hit there was Will Burre. Still in the corner. Big battle. Burre finds it, sends it to the middle, but the Espanola Paperkings are able to clear it out of the area. There's a hit going in the zone. Ricci falling down. Burre ends up with the puck. And Burry gets stripped of it at the blue line. The Paperkings trying to get a pass going forward. Can't connect. Ricci back in the corner. Whipped it around on the near side. Coming in late to the play, Christopoulos. Dump it back in behind the net. Cleared away by the Voodoos. Smetham moving it forward. Back the other way. Sent to the middle. The shot, that's blocked. Getting in the way of that one, looked like Andrew Scott of the Voodoos. Lush dumping it in on the far side. Wilkie turns it over at the blue line now. Espanola in control behind the Voodoos net. That puck smacked away off the stick of Dan Uden. and carried into the zone. O'Brien shot off the blocker, over the glass, and out of play. 9:20 gone in the third. 2-2 the score.
Yeah, Espanola obviously getting a big lift from tying the game. Came awfully close there to taking the lead. And I think, what we said earlier about the Voodoos, try and get an ugly goal. It doesn't have to be the exciting variety, just getting to the net and trying to get in those rebounds and screening the goalie.
There's a shot save made by Sanders. Rebound chances off the side of the net. Actually, he might have got a toe on it. O'Brien sending it to Kelly. Kelly coming down the left wing side. Kelly takes the shot, but it's wide. In the far side corner, back behind the net. Kelly there again. Into the corner. To the middle, one time, and O'Brien gets denied. Back in behind the net. Off the boards, down in the point. Fullerton fires it to the far side corner. O'Brien's there. O'Brien looking for some support. Shields is trying to give it to him. Kicked around on the near side corner. The puck is freed out of the zone. Fullerton looking to fire right back in. Gravel trying to hold the line while his teammates get some fresh legs on the ice. But now it's the Paperkings going forward. Lacroix to the right side. Leach. Leach takes a shot. That gets blocked. Leach again finds it. Stopped by the Voodoos and cleared. Pass across the blue line. Now up to Leach. Down the right wing side. It is Romolo. Romolo sends it to the far side. Back in behind the net. Service there. There's a hit, and that's going to result in a penalty. Service took down Lacroix along the boards.
And I think Service doesn't like the call because there have been a couple of plays in this period that haven't been called. They've let them go pretty much, but that's a big call. But Powassan really can't complain. I mean, they've had a lot of power plays in that game, but that's a big call for sure, and a golden chance for Espanola to take the lead for the first time in the game. So obviously a huge kill coming up for the Voodoos.
10:53 gone. 2-2 the score here in the third. The Voodoos win the draw, play behind the net, and cleared down the ice. We'll see how much clearing, or see how much time that clearance actually buys you on the short ice.
Yeah, probably not as much as the OHL ice, for example.
Coming in on the left side, there's a shot. It actually bounced off the stick of Smetham and redirected towards the net. Play continues. That's Horgan at the line. His shot blocked and cleared. Smetham got down to block that one. On the near side, it is Gordon coming in. Gordon tries a center, steered away, but not clear. That's Christopoulos. Sends it down low, back to Christopoulos. To the middle, that is Horgan. Gordon, there's a shot. Sanders with the glove save. 1:06 remaining in the penalty. With 11:47 gone in the third. 2-2 the score.
And if I'm Espanola, what I'm going to do on this sequence is I want to screen Sanders.
Yeah.
You got some big guys on the ice, and Sanders is not as tall as other goalies, and so maybe screen in front.
Sending it down the ice off the stick of Patrick. Could not catch back up to the puck before the goaltender. Galton played it. 50 seconds remaining on the Espanola power play. That's set down the ice, and that will be icing called against the Paperkings. And so the faceoff will come up inside the Espanola zone while they're up by a man.
Sometimes, when you're on the power play in a tie game late in the third period, you try to make that perfect play. You don't need to make the perfect play. You've just got to just get it on the net and just try and get one home. Ugly goals, they count too, Matt.
And again, this is Espanola's first full 2-minute power play of this entire game. 30 seconds remaining. with the man advantage as Espanola has it. In behind the net. Looking to set it up at the line. That is Romalo. Playing it back to the corner for Friesen. Friesen at the half-boards. Down to the goal line. They switch spots. Cross-zone pass. Shot comes in. Into the pads. Loose. And it's covered up by Sanders. 12 seconds to go on the Espanola power play as the Voodoos trying to keep this thing tied at 2 with 7:18 to go in the third.
Yeah, he stopped the original shot and the puck just slid in front by a couple of inches, but he was able, with the help of his teammates, to freeze it and get a whistle. So a close call there with still 12 seconds left.
Espanola win the draw. One-timer at the line. In and out of the glove and off the post and in. With 7 seconds to go on the power play, the Paperkings take the lead 3-2.
Yeah, only 12 seconds when that puck was dropped, but again, a hard shot, and Sanders just got a piece, as you say, and looked like it was not going to go in initially, but apparently it went in off the post, and Espanola, for the first time, leads this hockey game. So now, Powassan's the team that's going to have to take some chances to try and tie this game up. So what a period for Espanola. 2 unanswered, and they're up by a goal.
I think that's just tough luck for Sanders in the net. He's had a pretty good game. Made some huge stops in the first period. Remember all those breakaways in the opening 20 minutes?
Yeah, he was just trying to fight it off, right? And really a bit of bad luck that the puck went in off the post.
Long trying to gain control of the puck in the corner. Ricocheted around the glass and comes out to the neutral zone. That's Wilkie. Wilkie gets around one man, tries to get around a second, but he lost the puck entering the zone. And now the Paperkings go the other way. 2-on-2 in the zone. Big shot in and out of the glove again, but this time the Voodoos keep it out of the back of the net. 6:25 to go. Play in the corner. That is Horgan. He lost it. Skated out of the zone by Wilkie. Play to the right side. Pass back in front of the net. No one there. Picked up by Lines. And Lines controls it all the way around the zone. Long went down in the boards after that play, and he is slow getting to the bench. And now Fullerton takes a hard hit. Caden Long looks to be okay on the bench there. Got a quick checkup from athletic trainer Matt McDougall. And there's a play going to the net. Voodoos player knocked off his feet. They maintain possession. Little trying to bat that puck down. It goes into the far side corner. Thies is there. And they touch the puck and they blow the play down. And I'm waiting to see what the call is here. Well, they're going to take a timeout.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road.
I don't have an answer for it.
No, well, if you don't know, I don't know. So.
Okay. All right. Well, we thank you again for joining us. I'm Matthew Sucrum alongside Bob Coles. We got Ben Long producing tonight, Mike Brown on camera, Stan the Man with all your stats, and Courtney Kenny keeping track of the shots here at the Powassan Sportsplex. It's a 3-2 Espanola Paperkings lead.
Well, we got a few Longs or related to Longs in the crowd tonight, but nobody's related to Ben Long. So
now we
just
know
want to
of.
be clear that here in the building. I asked Ben earlier where the washroom was. He said, "Well, it's in the corner. I haven't been here in 15 years, but it should still be there." So good directions. But thanks for keeping us going, Ben. It's a tough job you got, and making sure we get on and stay on, and it's been a great game.
Just over 5 minutes to play. Little coming in, takes a shot just under the glove and wide of the net. Now Wilkie's shot comes in, save made off the pads. In behind the net, now down to the blue line. That's Wilkie again. He fires it off the end boards. Ripped back around on the near side. And Espanola clears. Sanders trying to figure out what he wanted to do with the puck as it rolls towards him, and he'll cover it up.
Now, Matt, I've noticed that Sanders went through a sequence where 3 times in a row, he didn't completely make the save, right? He got a piece of it. There was that rebound in front, obviously the goal, and then soon after that, he had another shot. So he was good on that one, but certainly a big workload for the young man, and played pretty well. But, you know, he's trying to fight the puck at times here in the third period.
5:02 to go in the third. Voodoos trail 3-2. They'll need the puck at the other end of the ice here. And they'll need to start winning some of these defensive battles. Picked up by Ricci behind the net. Off the glass and cleared. Espanola looking to just dump it back in and make them earn their way up the ice. Here comes Kelly over to O'Brien. O'Brien's shot, ricochet to the middle. And they're not able to get a shot off. That was Shields on the end of that play. Now Kelly in behind the net. Lost the puck. Espanola looking to bring it out with Lush. Putting it down the ice towards Sanders. And once again, he'll cover it up for a stoppage of play. Lush was coming down quickly there.
And you're right about the battles, right? Like Powassan seems to get the puck in, but it's like one and done. And Espanola using their size to get the puck out quickly and get the puck up the ice and get a scoring chances. They just had another one. So Espanola's done a good job in that area, limiting Powassan's opportunities. Now, Powassan has more speed, and they using that speed effectively at times. So, but they're gonna have to start winning those battles in the corner and maintain possession and to get some chances.
Into the neutral zone, Espanola in control. The dump-in is blocked off the skates of Thies and all the way into the Espanola zone. Comes right back out. Little's there. He fires it right back in on the dump-in. 4:10 to play as Espanola brings it forward. Patrick will chase. And out of the zone again. That's Horgan racing it down for Espanola.
And Espanola's happy playing this game right now.
They certainly are.
Just dump the puck in, get out, get back defensively.
But don't get caught. That's the key, as they might have done right there. But Little over to Thies. Thies plays it back up as they gain control of the zone now. They got to get some fresh legs out there, though, as that line had been out there for a while. Patrick can't hold it in the corner, and now it's a stretch pass the other way. Going into the zone, the shot never came off clean off the stick. Ricci to Thies. Thies dumps it down along the boards. And Espanola chips it back in. I'm surprised that the Voodoos are playing the dump game here.
Yeah, it really doesn't fit their style, does it?
Long turns it over the neutral zone. Coming in is Lacroix. His shot gets blocked.
And we'll be watching that Powassan net, but they need to get the puck out of their own zone right now. Less than 3 to go.
Lacroix centers it, and the shot is stopped. Actually, I don't know if Gringerton actually got a full piece of it there. Long brings it forward, racing down the ice to the middle, drops it back. Kelly's shot just wide. Long at the blue line. Douglas sends it in, and the save is made as Galton throws up the glove.
Now, there's a situation, Matt, when the puck came back to the point. If you just wait an extra half second, allow your player to go to the front of the net and screen the goalie potentially, right? And then you, as he skates in, you wait till he's in position, and then you shoot the puck, and may lead to a scoring chance. It's those kinds of plays I think the Voodoos have to work on.
2.5 to play. They fan on the shot off the draw, and it's sent down the ice. In behind the net, that's Little, the captain. Picking which way he wants to go. He'll come out the left wing, turns it over, but it's a delayed offside. And so Blake Peters-Davy couldn't do anything with that gift of a chance. Now Scott over the blue line. Oh, gets turned aside. Little will try again. He dumps it in off the glass, played off the back of the net. Under 2 to play as the puck goes over the glass, hits the netting, and I believe the Voodoos have just won themselves an offensive zone face-off here. And this is interesting to see how they're going to try to position themselves off the draw. Do they send the extra attacker out there now? Timeout called.
Well, he started to crawl out of his net, anticipating that the coaches would take him out right now, but we'll see what happens after the some teams you like to wait until you have possession before you, but he's out of the game now, so they're going with 6 right now. But sometimes you wait until you have possession, and then you get out quickly, and that 6th guy can lead to a scoring chance, right? Because no one's tracking him. So, the clock is a big factor right now, just $1:50 left. And so it'll be 6 against 5 here, and with no goalie in the Powassan net here, with the Voodoos down 3-2. They've outshot their opponents 37-29, but 1 less goal, so they're going to need that here down the stretch to force overtime.
11 shots in this third period for the Voodoos, but none. Nothing to show for it there yet.
And we talked about that in the second period, like what kind of third period is it going to be? And it's been Espanola's type of period.
The Voodoos win the draw, but they can't hold the zone. O'Brien gets it quickly in his own end. Passes it to Patrick. It's off the boards, but in the zone. Service has it. He goes in behind the net, just looking for control here. The Paperkings gain possession. Played off the boards. Puck to the line. Little is there. Trying to slow that puck down. Takes a shot. Bouncing towards the net, and they can't get a clean one off. Now it's the Paperkings who have a clean look at the net. Shot goes way high towards the empty net. 1:15 to go. As Patrick moves it back down on his left wing side. Gets stopped at the blue line. Sent towards the empty cage. And it's wide. And that will be icing called against Espanola here. So with 64 seconds remaining in the game, another offensive zone faceoff for Powassan.
Loose pucks have been the story of this comeback by Espanola. They've been able to win those battles, those 50-50 battles that coaches say determine the game. And, and that's the type of game it's been, that those 50-50 battles have gone primarily to Espanola, cueing that comeback. And Powassan needs to win one of those battles here in the last few seconds. Try and get a real good scoring chance, but go to the net, crash the net, look for that loose puck in front to try to tie this game. And these fans wouldn't mind spending a few more minutes here, seeing some free hockey, but they'll need a Powassan goal to make that happen down the stretch.
I really feel like this game really turned after the Kobe Brand penalty that knocked him out of the game.
Yeah, they've stayed out of the box since then, and they got a little smarter after that penalty.
Face off to the blocker side of the goaltender Galton. Shields to take the draw for the Voodoos. He wins it back. O'Brien skates to the middle. His shot goes wide off a stick. Off the boards and cleared down the ice. And O'Brien has to chase it as they would not go the length of the ice to gain the icing call. O'Brien behind his own net. Plays it to Wilkie. Wilkie looking up the ice. Finds O'Brien. O'Brien over the blue line to Patrick. Patrick sends it on net. Deflected and then goes wide. The Voodoos just not being able to connect on those passes down low in the zone. Now Wilkie fires it around behind the net. Little chasing it into the corner. Little behind, tries a wraparound. It comes out loose. It's cleared. Taking it down the ice is Bissett. Bissett is in towards the net, and he'll put it in the empty cage with 16 seconds left as Espanola takes a 4-2 lead.
Yeah, Espanola completing the comeback with an empty net goal to make it 4-2, and you got to give them credit. They battled, even though they were behind 2-0. But those were both power play goals for Powassan, and once they stayed out of the box, they found a way to bring it home, and in game one of this back-to-back scenario. So Espanola draws first blood in this battle of 3-1 teams.
Espanola, 4-2 lead and about to pick up their 4th win of the season, while the Voodoos will lose for the first time on home ice on the 2022-2023 campaign. It's a 4-3 finish with the Paperkings coming out ahead.
Well, the Paperkings, I guess, crown the Voodoos tonight, you could say, Matt, and a big win for them. They'll play again Friday night, and I think we got a little rivalry this year between these two teams.
I think so, absolutely. So stay tuned for the post-game show, and we will bring you the 3 stars of the game shortly. But Bob, we want to thank our broadcast sponsor for helping us get here tonight.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road.
So the Powassan Voodoos, as we said, fall for the first time on home ice. A 4-2 win for the Espanola Paperkings, who outscore the Voodoos 4-0 after being outscored themselves 2-0 in the first period. But like you said, after the first 20 minutes, it didn't feel like a 2-0 lead for the Voodoos. It really felt like the Paperkings were right there on their heels the entire game, Bob.
Yeah, they were outshot by 8, Espanola in the first period, and they ended up being shot by 7. So they basically played the game even on the shot board and outscored them 3-2. Andrew Galton was great in net. He made 35 saves, and I believe 27 saves for Caleb Sanders, who I thought was pretty good in the game. Caden Long and Tucker Shields scored for the Voodoos, and it was Ringorton with his 5th of the year. Bobby Pokopek tied the game with 8:17 left, and then with 9:07, or check that, 7:13 left, Hunter Friesen gets the winner, and then Bissett got an assist on that goal on the power play, and then scored the empty netter, his 2nd of the year, making it 4-2.
Tonight's 3 stars is brought to you by Dave's Automotive Services, 411 Airport Road in North Bay. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect from Dave's.
And your 3 stars of the game, number 3, Andrew Galton, the goaltender for the Espanola Paperkings. Number 2, Tucker Shields, getting his 3rd goal of the season. And then Hunter,
4th goal.
Fourth goal for Tucker Shields of the season. And then Hunter Friesen with the game winner is your 1st star of the game. Thanks to Dave's Auto for sponsoring that feature. All right, we're going to wrap things up here from the Powassan Sportsplex. Bob, thank you so much for joining me tonight. And thank you, everyone, for tuning in on Hockey TV and on the Frontline Broadcast YouTube page. I want to thank Ben Long for carrying us through with the production tonight, and Mike Brown on camera. Thank you, Courtney Kenny, for all the stuff you did behind the scenes tonight. I'm Matthew Sugrum. We'll see you next time. The Voodoos losing this one 4-2 to Espanola. Good night.